Well, there it is, and absolutely the finest example of this lens. This was made in 2003. They only ever made 2,400 of these lenses. See, AFS silent wave motor just as fast as the current version, which is $13,000. The 600mm f4 comes with its own travel case. I've used this lens 3 or 4 different times in the past. It was outside testing functionality and sharpness. Obviously, sharpness on this lens is incredibly important. Believe it or not, some people actually use this lens for portraiture. You step way the hell back and you get some crazy-ass lens compression. And I could resolve a 5mm lettering at over 100 yards using it with a monopod with the Nikon D500. Optics are like 99%. Absolutely unbelievable. It's a 52mm. It's like, what's the filter size on a 600mm f4? And it's 52mm. This is the pinnacle of Japanese perfection from Japan. It's so big it requires 2 separate lens hoods. Yeah, you see, this is a lens that you absolutely don't need VR with because you are never going to use this handheld. You're going to stick it in a gimbal on a tripod or you're going to use it on a monopod. It's like I have to step back. It's like, that's obnoxious. It's obnoxious. Really, really sharp. This is the finest example. Even 15 years ago. Yeah, even 15 years ago, I could never find a used sample that looked anything like that. Of course, back then, a used copy of this lens would have been, oh Lord, $7,000-$8,000. For all those of you who are thinking what I know you're thinking, I took a loan out for this lens. I could not pass this lens up. This lens cost unbelievably, and it's an absolutely mint condition. I took a loan out on this lens for, this lens cost $3,000. $3,000. I got it from a camera store up in Seattle, Washington called Glazers. My local camera store buddy knows Glazers. He's like, oh, yeah, I know them. They're awesome. I've never been there. I've known about them they've been around since the 60s. Didn't do them any favors. That's just what they wanted for this lens. Even the bottom of the foot has no marks on it. It's like nobody ever had this mounted on a tripod. I think someone might have used this lens once or twice and then put it up because it's, it's obnoxiously heavy. Yeah, 2,400 of these made. This one is a hair over 13 pounds, as I recall, and it's every bit a damn 13 pounds. And first thing I did before taking this outside and testing it for the past hour was I called my insurance agent and said, hey girl. They're like, hey Ken. He's like, yeah, I want this lens insured immediately. Yeah, if you ever get a lens like this before you test it, you call your insurance agent and you go, hello, yeah, I need some glass insured. Wow. It's even got all the keys with the suitcase. This is, even the suitcase is made in Japan. I got a couple of these cases. One I got for free. Anyway, yeah, there it is. The ultra obnoxious 600mm f4. Nikon!